Hello, my name's Michelle Tracey. Welcome back to part 3 of my tutorial. This time I'll show you how to colour in her face and the background. A quick reminder, this colouring page is from my Totem Animals colouring book, which you can buy from Etsy and also Amazon. Again, I'm using the same colours I've used throughout the entire piece to make it tie together and work as a whole. Just starting with this yellow Copic, I'm just going to lay in that top area there, and while it's still wet I'll apply the fuchsia over the top so it can blend whilst still wet. At this stage I'm not too worried about it being perfect blend, because I will use the pastel pencils over the top of it as I did so before. So I'm using the pink for the shadowed areas, and the yellow I'm using more for the highlights. I will preserve a tiny bit of white if you can. It is hard to do so because the Copics can bleed into it, but if you can leave some white in some highlight areas, that'll be good too. I did find this a little bit challenging actually with the hair, because I'm just so used to painting, and it's totally different technique and a way to go about it. So just bear with me here. I'm a bit all over the place, but I think I get there in the end. I mean, you can just use that yellow over the top of the pink again just to get another blend. I mean, if you wanted to, you could even just have her a different colour to a tiger. Somebody in my colouring group actually did paint her coloured her different. They used a green and blue, and it actually looked really effective having her that colour against the tiger in the yellow and pinks. So that pink really, I would say that's more for the mid-tone. It is quite dark, so it is the shadowed areas, but the purple will be more of the deepest darks over the top of the pink. Okay, so now with this purple pastel pencil, I will use that along with the pink, just to attach the hair to the hairline so it doesn't look so stark against it. You kind of got to blend the shadows of the forehead into the beginnings of that hairline. And again, use the STUMP blender. It's always easy that way to use them rather than your finger to blend into the finer areas. Yeah, I'm just going now over with the pastels over the existing Copics to blend it in, because those two colours, the pink and yellow, as I've said before, they're really quite difficult to blend. They're not an easy combination. And I guess try and use the purple sparingly. Just use it really for the deepest areas. The purpose of this tutorial really is to show you how you can incorporate both, how you can use the Copics and incorporate the pastels in with it. So it's kind of a mixed media effect. And if you are having problems blending, you can actually apply the pastels over it. So that's sort of the reason I wanted to do it this way. I mean, I could have just used colours that are easier to blend, like yellow and a green of the same tonal value. But, what would I have taught you then, I thought that this was probably more an effective method of teaching. Sometimes you can just use the existing colour that's already on the stump blender, and that way you can just get a light, if you just want a light colour. Now I'm using the chrome orange last just because it is the pencil, it's not a pastel. So I find that the pastels didn't go over the top of this pencil that well, so I thought I'd use this last. And I'm using it on the yellowed areas. So basically following the line, the black line on the yellowed areas. Didn't look so good up there, so I thought I panicked and I grabbed the Copic yellow and put over the top of it. Actually, it softened it nicely. Thought I'd show you a really simple way to create a background. It's nothing fancy, basically just blending colours together. I'm using a scalpel to shave the pastel off the pencil. And I'm rotating the pencil so I'm getting a nice sharp point. Why not sharpen my pencil at the same time? And then using a makeup pad. I find these easier to blend than with your finger just because they create a softer blend. With your finger you might find that you get a little bit of a texture on the paper. Well, the makeup pad is soft, super soft. You can see me rotating the pencil around. I'm sharpening my pencil in the process. I'm using the other corner of the makeup pad, so I'm just not muddying up colours there. And then with the yellow, I'll put the yellow at the bottom. It kind of creates actually like a sunrise effect or a sunset, so that can be quite nice. And before you may have seen me use the cotton bud. I use that just to get into the areas that the makeup pad just can't fit. And just going back over it again, just blending it made quite a big difference actually. You can always just rework it where you want more colour. And that's it completed. I hope you really enjoyed it and thanks for watching.